Browns losers here in Seattle, 24-20, Dan Labbe and Mary Kay Cabot. And Mary Kay, let's just start here, of course, the play everyone is talking about. Kevin Stefanski deciding to throw the ball on third down just before the 2-minute warning instead of running the football. We heard from a bunch of players. We heard from P.J. Walker. We heard from Kevin. What were your thoughts on that play after we sort of heard some people talk about it?
Well, they were averaging about 4.1 yards per carry on that particular drive and 5.1 overall in the fourth quarter. And you would think that they could just take a chance there, run the ball, and if it doesn't work out right, you punt, you give your defense a chance to continue to shut down the Seahawks, which they had been doing a very nice job of. So I think there is plenty of wisdom in running the ball there. I guess it would just have been a matter of who would you have run it with. Kareem Hunt was upset that he didn't get that chance, but I would have run the ball there.
Yeah, I mean, it was ultimately putting the ball in the hands of P.J. Walker to try and finish that game for you instead of running the ball. And like you said, either getting the first down like that or putting the ball in the hands of your defense. So obviously something that Kevin Stefanski is going to have to live with as they go through this. Now, you mentioned P.J. Walker. He had the 2 turnovers, including that costly one. But when you hear guys talk about P.J. Mary Kay, it matches what we see on the field. This guy's a fighter. He guts it out. He's a warrior. All of those cliches, they're all true for P.J. Walker.
Yes, but as he mentioned, he was very, very upset about it. He actually had 3 turnovers, and and that led to a total of 14 points in the game. He's got 5 interceptions now in his 3 games. You cannot say enough about how scrappy he is, about how tough he is. He's gotten better. He's been put into a very tough situation with Deshaun Watson missing these games. And, he's really won the hearts of his teammates, that's for sure. But he's got to stop turning the ball over, and he knows that.
And, of course, we don't know yet what's going to happen next week against Arizona, if Deshaun Watson will be back, if it will be P.J. Walker again. We'll just have to, once again, follow that throughout the week as we go along. Now, let's talk a little bit about the defense, too, because they started slowly, but then they turned it around. But then when they had an opportunity to maybe stop Seattle from scoring the go-ahead touchdown, they were unable to do it. So, look, it was good for them to bounce back, but still just not quite enough of what we expect out of this defense.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. This defense has been put under a tremendous amount of strain with a former practice squad quarterback going out there and, unfortunately for everyone, throwing interceptions and turning the ball over. And plenty of times they do a really, really good job of getting a 3-and-out afterwards. They did that today after one of them. But you know what? It's a lot to ask to have them continually going out there on a short field and trying not to allow the offense to score points. Now, what they did was they shut out the Seahawks in the second quarter and the third quarter. They were tremendous. I mean, they made Geno Smith look like he was bumbling around in those quarters, and they picked him off twice. So they did their job for the most part. But as you mentioned, in the final analysis, in the end, they were not able to get that final stop.
So now, big picture here. The Browns are 4-3. They've got Arizona coming to Cleveland Browns Stadium next week. There is still a very good chance that this team could be 5-3. They should be able to take care of the Cardinals no matter who starts at quarterback. So all of that being said, Mary Kay, this loss, as devastating as it is, it feels like it should be pretty easy for this team to put it behind them, and everything they want is still in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, they have got to go out. They know they've got to go out and get that Cardinals game against a team that they absolutely should beat. And old friend Joshua Dobbs is going to be starting that game. But then after that, of course, they've got the gauntlet again. They've got Baltimore and Pittsburgh after that. Now, of course, we know Kenny Pickett got injured today. We don't know what's going to happen there. But they need to go out and get this game. And you're right, the sky won't be falling at 5-3.
Okay, full coverage of everything that happened today, including that third down decision. You can find it all at cleveland.com/Browns.